The whip is not about to let it prey escape. Bouncing off the floor, like the striking rattlesnake, it propels itself into a straight line towards Kong's face. This thrust, which should be impossible for a whip, is a true technique of cybernetic kung fu. Rolling along the floor, Kong makes the split-second decision to throw the hem of its coat into the path of the whip. Although the weapon tip easily pierces the fabric, he's able to shift his head enough that the wire only grazes his cheek. Okay, that was close. But his blood can even get cold at the close call. Kong swiftly winds up of the thick coat against the whip. The distance may be minimal, but for the instant it serves to keep Zu from withdrawing her weapon. In that intermittent moment of time, Kong sees the diamond-coated wire with his left hand. He's going to electrify her through the whip. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't thought about this, that's possible, but yeah, that's true. You can like just charge her from a distance this way. Wow. If Kong's hands were bare, Zu would not hesitate to pull the whip and shred his fingers like so much tofu. However, there's a letter glow between her weapon and his palm, and even if it takes 1 millisecond to tear through it, it's her warrior judgment that allows her to grasp the meaning of Kong's actions. Zu's transforming whip is an extension of her arm, the circuits that allow it to move with such an insane flexibility, connected directly to her own motor nerves. In a flash, Zu severs all connections to her right arm, igniting the emergency bolts to purge the limb from her shoulder. Wow! Holy crap, that was a fast judgment! Okay, this is high level fight actually. She's an extremely skilled fighter. With a sharp instincts. An instant later, Kong's electromagnetic pulse rises down the whip and surges through the discarded arm. As the combatants face off outside each other's range, Zu's arm, now a little more than a paperweight, crashes on the floor between them. Now that the battle has reached this point, Zu no longer has the luxury of pride or hate or even shame at having been backed into the corner. As promised, Kong has stripped her of every ounce of arrogance. Wow. Yeah, she lost both arms, so what now? She can only escape or she will like start kicking. Every fiber of her being is now focused on the one attack that can wrest victory from the jaws of defeat. She may have lost both arms, but the fight is far from over. Yeah, she still has augmented legs, right? Yep. Okay. That's kind of weird, by the way. Yeah. I mean, it's cool, but like we have like this like basically her leg turning to like lightning. It's just like so fast. But also it kind of feels weird. I don't know why. I think like because of this leg. Like this, what? It's like, it's a heel? Is that a heel? I don't know. It feels weird. Huh. But in terms of coolness, yeah, so sure, it's cool, but it still feels kind of weird. The ear-splitting cry of an eagle, Zu leaps high in the air before diving straight at Kong's head. This near-suicidal attack is her last resort. The continuous dual kick. Okay. Kong's sword will likely take one of her legs as she unleashed her fury of kicks. However, nothing will prevent her other leg from crushing his skull. This is the insurmountable gap between human and cyborg. A body of flesh can succumb to a single cut artery, but a fully augmented cyborg has no such weakness. Lose both arms and legs, it matters not, for a single hit is all that she needs to win. The fight will continue, as long as her brain and spinal column are intact. All other parts can be discarded as necessary. Also, when she said that one hit is all that it needs to be end, I just realized that Kong is playing on hardcore mode in this game. He have one life. If he dies, then he dies. He have no save points. If you think about it, he plays actually real life there. In this like world of cyborgs, everyone have like multiple save states. Cut arm, cut leg, that's fine. And he's just like one hit KO. Yet, as Zul leg plunged toward him, Kong's sword does the unthinkable. It moves down, leaving his head completely exposed. Okay. Just as her heel is about to pulp his head, Kong drops his body low to the floor. This is hardly enough to shake Zhu, of course. The continuous dual kick has 6 different strikes. Nothing Kong does will help save him now. The blade describes an arc back into the sky, but it's much too late. One sword can only defend against one leg, while the other leg is free to. However, it's not Zhu leg that Kong sword is aiming for. Oh? As his weapon traced a white circle in midair, the dust of diamonds shimmered in its wake. What? It does have like augmented flash here. Actually. Now we have like close up on this. Did he like swipe the wire basically with his sword and just like use it to like tangle her or something? He used her whole arm. The reason Kong lowered his sword first was to spear Zhu's severed arm, still trailing the whip from the wrist. Yeah, he just used it as a hook. Okay. When he dropped his body and swung his blade in the air again, the limb came with it, wire and all. Just like Japanese Kusai Fundo, the arm-weighted whip reels straight into Zhu's legs, entangling them in its length. I think he's pulling out the scorpion move here. Now we only need get over here. Okay, we have actually full CG. So it is a heal. It's such a weird heal. It's such a weird heal. What the fuck? What is this design? It's horrible. We catch her leg. You have no arms. Yep. And you can dodge stuff if you are in the air. So yeah, I think that's it. Unable to unleash her devastating kicks, Zhu spins out of control. Before her body can even hit the floor, Kong shifts his feet and surges up to meet her. Ooh. For the fraction of a second that she hangs powerless in the air, Zhu finds her gaze glued to Kong's left hand. Spread fingers, charged with the lightning of certain death, and to the dark flames burning in his eyes. She sees rage, colder than the hands of death, and hate hotter than the flames of hell. The jaws of the Absolute open wide before her, inescapable and irresistible. The instant before they snap shut feels like eternity. Enough time for Zhu to savor this at the time. Zhu to savor the first terror and despair in her life. Ooh! Wow. Kong's hand catches Zhu in midair, slamming into her stereo with impeccable timing. His perfect stepping in carries energy from the floor through his legs and hips into his wrists, giving his palm strike enough force to send Zhu's body flying across the room like a ragdoll. But the true destructive power of Kong versus blow cannot be seen with the naked eye. Yeah, she's boiled from the inside. Racked with the unmanageable pain, as the raging EMP inferno consumes her from the inside out, Zhu is dead before she crashes into the far wall. Well, that was fast. As he withdraws his left hand, Taolu brings his sword back into a defensive position to finish his attack. Having returned to a passive stance, he looks to confirm that the zoo has been reduced. Oh. The motionless husk, and suddenly falls to his knees, coughing blood. Oh! Kong got hit actually, it seems. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot. There's a backlash to his attack. Yeah, that's true. Sorry, I forgot. It's been a while since he used his palm. Yeah, we learned this in like 3rd or 4th episode, I think. He had to rest because the palm attack, the lightning, channeling lightning through his internal organs and everything, is also double-edged sword, and he didn't rest properly before coming here, so it's like even more impactful than the first time. Yeah, makes sense. Once again, the lightning palm has left a deep scar inside Taoluo's body. Such is the sacrifice one must make to kill a cyborg. This is the 2nd night in a row that he used electromagnetic discharge, with no time in between to heal his internal damage. That's bad. To make the matters worse, he was forced to wield the lightning palm twice against Zoo, and 3 times against the 5 men downstairs. Holy shit, he did that a lot of times. I didn't even process that. He was fighting the cyber warriors before. Down there, he had to use the lightning palm to defeat them. I never realized that. Wow. Okay, new prediction. He will die by his own power. By doing this, he's essentially shaving years of his own life. So be it. He no longer has any attachments to his life. Is it not a small price to pay for revenge, really? Kong, you're missing the point. You are bringing Ruili back. If she's back and she realizes that you are going to die anyway, then what's the point in her eyes? What if she will decide to go with you, basically, when you're like on the verge of death? Wouldn't that make like everything like meaningless for you and for her? Bigger picture, Kong, bigger picture. Taoluo looks up to find his giant companion standing beside him. What is she thinking as she sees this pitiful, wounded man coughing blood? As always, the girl doll says nothing. Realizing that even now, he still hopes to see her smile and hear her voice once more, Taoluo's face twists into a grimace of pain and sorrow. He thought that he had given in to despair, but he had accepted fate, and yet... This is the doctor, right? That he was like speaking about in the beginning. Or at least we heard about this in the beginning. A voice plays back in his head. It's playful, as though describing a new game. And at the same time, it's cold enough to freeze a man's blood. So water in the new bottle the same as the water in the old bottle? I think it is the same, right? Is he suggesting that it's not? That if you bring back Ruili, she will not be who she used to be? I mean, that's what I said basically. Like, we don't know how her state of mind will be, basically. So by like human definition and like emotions and stuff, yeah, she might be different and she might be terrified and broken and stuff, but I don't understand why we got this like water example. That would mean the water is the same, right? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Is the water the same? Or not? And why? You don't have to tell me why. Just tell me what you think. A growl forces itself from his lips, directed at the profane scalpel, a manifestation of evil who thinks that the human soul can be measured in bottles and cups. Okay, so this is not the guy who created this little gynoid. I don't know how to call her. Should I call her Ruili? I think I should call her Ruili, but Ruili also is also his sister. So it will get confusing pretty fast when I will keep calling the little gynoid Ruili, and when I talk about his sister I will call her Ruili as well. Maybe I'll just call the little one Ruili, and Kong's sister I will call her Kong's sister. Maybe that's how I will do it. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think I should do? I think that makes sense. What I just said. His words are not to be trusted. They are only to the delusional ravings of a madman. But if that is what Taolu believes, then why? Reinforcements from the society will arrive and massive before long. To tear it is suicide. His life may be worthless to him, but he still has 3 men to kill. Taolu knows that he must not die here, but still he... The girl doll passes her burden into his outstretched hands. The severed head of the gynoid and the PDA with transfer cables. Transferring instantly? Ignoring his own question, Taolu reenacts task that he performed last night. His hands are swift and sure as they connected to PDA and to each gynoid's memory. At last, his finger stops, hovering over the return key. Having completed the preparation without him, Taolu's hands now demand that he himself make the final decision. Whoa, that's scary actually. Holy fuck. Like... what was her name? Like Brandish? Her face, like, is terrifying. This is the terror. I mean, she died with the terror on her face. But whoa. Also, I never realized that she have like, well, like this armor that she's wearing. It have like little dragon here. Look at that. It's like a dragon, actually. And there's like another one, I guess. And this dragon holds some kind of crystal or like sun. This is cool, actually. And there's like the clouds, basically. Or maybe these are flowers. At least clouds are flowers. The profane scalpel words are not false, then what is about to happen will be not a mere rave burn. Data will not simply be transferred. Target's memory is not empty, but contains the fragment of Ruili already recovered from Zung's gynoid. One more cup of water will be poured in it to mix inside the new bottle with what is already there. A miracle will occur, the likes of which no one have ever seen. So they suggest this is not the same water because it's mixed, basically, in different way? But it's still the same water, right? It still tastes the same. The profane scalpel sorcery will finally be revealed before Taolu's eyes. Ooh, this is scary. Low. Shh. This face is like pure terror. The scalpel is demon. Taolu can never hate him enough for make Ruili, his precious sister, into a tool for his experiments. Yet, although he is an inhuman creature, his genius is real. Once he was the daring of the academic world. darling of the academic world. Fame and glory were his, and he forsook it all to seek out the mysteries of the soul. He has gone deeper into the unknown than anyone before him, to dark places where undiscovered secrets dwell, where forbidden riches can only be revealed with the soul transfer. And, in doing so, he has crossed a line that no one must cross. Can his genius overthrow the will of heaven? Is such a thing truly impossible? Desperately seeking an escape from the agony of doubt, Tao Luo presses the button. The transfer begins at once. There's no going back now. Yep, it's happening again. The giant jerks, eyes flung open as in surprise. They are the same symptoms of the rave burn that he saw last night. The shiver that runs down his spine now, however, makes the discomfort he felt then pale in comparison. Last time her convulsions were those of the malfunctioning doll. This time, however, even her trembling is realistic, like that of the child who has developed a bad fever. Okay, I didn't thought about this. Like, each soul fragment will torture her new self with each stage more and more, because she will feel more and more human. Oh god. This is going dark. Even Tao Luo, a neophyte, can tell that this is no mere rave burn. Here at last, he understands the meaning behind the gloom that he has clouded his heart until now. Yeah, when you... Yeah, that's a good question. Because he's basically believing that he will be able to bring back the old really. But what will happen if he actually acknowledges that it will be a different person? It's not going to be his sister anymore, per se. It's going to be someone similar to his sister. Or that. Okay, I think I mistaken what they meant. So he's just like concerned about like thinking that what the scalper said was fake, and he's like not able to... I mean, Scalper said that he will be able to get through Illy back with this gynoid, right? Like transfer to her the memories. And he convinced himself that it's impossible. And now he starts feeling like it's actually possible to do. Why is that a bad thing for him? Why he thinks it's a bad thing? He will finally acknowledges that he can bring his sister back. Is it because he's going to have like just like I have the thoughts about how really will thought about this and feel about this? Is that a thing? I'm a bit confused. You can help me in the comments. You are like more on point with the story, what's happening? He wanted to believe, but he was afraid to. There was no need to begin the soul copy here. He could have fled a safe place first, yeah? However, Tao Luo does not want to be in danger in the dark any longer. Until the truth is revealed, he cannot take a single step more. Or perhaps he is doing that, hoping that the Queen Society executioners will storm in, that their merciless campfire will tear him and his doll to shreds. He would not have to learn the answer then. He would have to see this through to the end. A faint stench tickles his nose. The giant dissembled head is giving off foul smoke. The melted remains of his biometric chip dripping from every orifice. The rave burn is over. The PDA display shows that the transfer has been completed. Taolu looks for errors and finds none. Now that all of the data has been poured into her head, the girl door is standing motionless, her eyes half closed, as if sleepwalking. Nothing has changed. Taolu timidly reaches towards her, wondering if he should try to shake her awake. Without warning, as though awaking from the nap, the girl opens her eyes and looks up at him. She looks slightly surprised, like the victim of an unexpected prank. Yet, even that meager expression makes the doll face come alive, like the dead branch that has become blossomed. Oh! Oh! Okay, she can recognize him after the second one. Wow. Shock, joy, and away. An indescribable array of emotions strikes Taolu a mighty blow, shaking him to the very foundation of his being. Maybe she just knows his name, or like he's like that he's... Maybe she don't understand how much she knows. Does she know what the brother means, or is it just like faint memory that she just like sees him and she thinks like, this is my brother, but whose brother, what brother, and stuff like this, you know? She smiles actually. Holy shit, it's working! And it's not terrified or anything. Oh wow, we got the mix of the old CG with the new one. That's the CG with the old really, and this is the new one. Wow. The words came little by little. Her pronunciations stuttered as if just learning to speak, and then the girl door breaks into a bashful smile. Yep, just as I said. I just realized she had the same like bangs on the like backs of the head. Oh wow, literally the same hair. But can she really be called a doll? With this gaze and smile identical to Ruili's. The dead can never return. No mortal can live apart from the body granted them by heaven. I'm in shock. I thought like we are going to experience something like this, like after like third. Not after the second one. I thought like she would be like terrified or something. Holy shit! There's also a possibility that she's behaving like that because... I know it's weird because like we just got like her fear into her. But it's a possibility that after 2 soul parts, she can only think like the basic ideas of like Kong being her brother, knowing who she is, loving him and stuff. But she still don't know what happened to her, any like hardships, how she died or anything, you know. So it can come after third or and fourth. So we may have the happy Ruili for the time being. It can all go to shit basically after the next one. I love this. Wow. Taolu knows this loss. And yet the tears of joy come. Yeah, you defile heaven. In the blessed moment, his soul pours out everything that it has. The path of the profane is that which goes against the will of heaven. Those who will set foot on it are called villains. Those who live on it are called demons. When he learns that which he most desires, yet can never have, lies within reach beyond the unforgivable, then the man abandons his humanity. Toru knows that he has only fallen from the path of righteousness, that he now treads the path of the profane. Nothing can stand before him now. If by sword and life-consuming palm his sister he brought back from the dead, then he will sacrifice everything to see to it. To see it so. What shall the demon fear, bound no more by human conscience? No matter the will of heaven, no matter the wrath of gods, I am demon, and the blade is my guide. Wow, he actually got fully convinced. Wow! No more ifs for him. Laughter emerges from his throat. It is the first time cry of that thing that has just hatched from the egg of Taolu's wrath. The voice of something inhuman as it breaks free of its shell. Yes, he will become a demon if he must, until the 3 remaining pieces have been recovered and the really is whole once more. Wow. Closing his eyes, Taoluru remembers probably some backstory, but we'll see this in the next episode. Wow! That was such a cool sequence! I love this! Wow! I can't believe it just worked like that. I'm so surprised! I was so sure that she would be like terrified or something. This is going into way different direction than I thought. Well, I can't wait to see more, so hope you cannot wait as well. So yeah, I will see you in the next one. So thank you for being with me. Leave up a like if you like the episode. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, become a member if you would like to support me and see the episodes earlier as well. Thank you everyone for being with me once again for seeing this episode, and I will see you all in the next episode of Cyber Slayer. So for the Pocket Watch, let's gang out.